Hi guys, this is for ESM 230. Early in this course, I said, hey, you know what? Learning how to use Excel is an important part of this class. And so normally in a class, Canvas calculates your grades for you, but man, this is a great opportunity for you to use this very empowering tool for yourself. And so I told students, Excel will not, Canvas is not going to calculate your grades for you. Instead, you need to create your own Excel sheet to track your own grades this semester. When back in my day, I used to calculate my grades with a pencil and paper, and every time I got a test, I would record it, and then I'd do the math to figure out what my grade was in the class because there was no Canvas back then to tell me what my grade was. So this is empowering for you. And then it turns out very few students actually did that. So I said to my lab instructors, make sure on the first day of your Excel lab, you tell your students to make their own Excel file for calculating their own grades. And so I thought they would do that. And then my students are like, what's my grade? Or they get two quiz grades that are 7 and a 6 out of 10. And Canvas tells them they're getting an F in the class and they freak out. And I'm like, but I told you. And so faculty have this you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink thing. And students are all, that's demeaning. I am not a horse. So just tell me how to do this. I'm like, okay, I'm finally broken down. I'm going to tell you how to do this because you deserve to know. Okay, so first thing is get an Excel sheet, open it up, keep it open, and then open up our Canvas. And right now we're in week frickin' 8, and it turns out I didn't link the syllabus up top, so you had to know that your syllabus was down there in week number 1 and go looking for it. Here it is. Here is a copy of the course syllabus. There's the grading scheme. You'll need this when you create your own grading spreadsheet. That's how you're going to track your grades this semester. Okay, let's do it. So I'm downloading it slowly, and I'm gonna, how was my grades? Doesn't say, it doesn't say, it doesn't say, oops. Still doesn't say, it's down, here it is. Here's how you're gonna be graded this semester. So I love this snipping tool that Microsoft has. Let's see, I only need this right here. I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna go back to Excel, and I'm gonna paste this in as a picture, paste special. Just going to paste it. Can I do this? Good. Did it. Okay, I'm going to need this information to set up my grades. What do I've got here? I've got midterms, weekly quizzes, labs, lab assignments, lab presentation and participation, and each is weighted. Interesting. Well, okay, here's what you do. Midterm 1 and midterm 2 and etc. I'm going to fast forward because you don't need to see me putting all this stuff in there. So I'm going to pause for a second. I'll be back in a second. Well, that took more than a second for me, less for you. Anyway, so I've got it started here. I got that lab midterm 1, 2, 3, and the final average. By the way, here I'm just going to color code these. Let's make that blue, and I'm going to make this one a little bit darker blue to stand out, because this is the number I'm really going to want later on. If I want to see it all, I double click on it there. Okay. The other thing is you have to decide, are you going to be entering your numbers as a percentage, like 85%, or is it decimal? I prefer to work in decimals. So let's just say you got a 75 on your first midterm, which I hope you did better than that, but maybe you didn't. So this is going to equal the average. You know how to do averages now. The averages of these guys here. Cool. And let's say I do really good on that one. Whoop. Then, 0.95, silly. 0.95. There, my final average goes up, but I didn't yet, so I'm just going to leave it there. You can put your quiz averages in. You might have to convert them to percentages. Do that, and do the quiz average here. I'm going to just copy this to make it easier, faster. It's there, but it's the wrong one. So, actually, it updated. That's crazy. It updated here. Oh, you'll have more than 3 quizzes, so you'll insert columns as necessary and update this Oh, it actually automatically did it, so that's cool. Put in your lab assignment grades there, calculate your lab average there. Um, your lab presentation, that's a project presentation you'll do at the end of the semester. And then participation here. Participation is a combination of your attendance and activity in lab. It's you're taking doing the credit, no credit assignments that I sometimes assign in lecture, and also just showing up at lecture because I take attendance. At the end of the semester, I look and see your overall performance. You start at 10% and you go down from there, and you won't know what that is probably ever because I award that after finals week. But you can kind of guess, you know how much you've participated in the class and you know what I'm paying attention to, so you can guess a number for yourself and just stick it in there. Let's just say you were absent a lot. Okay, well, I'm not going to get 10. How about 5.05? All right, cool. But that doesn't tell you what your final percentage is, so you have to do that yourself with a calculation. It's going to equal a mathematical expression. It's going to be 0.3 times this average plus 0.1 times that average plus 0.3 times that. And the way you do that in Excel is equal 0.3 times the midterm average, which is there, plus 0.1 times the quiz average, which is there. It hardly affects your grade at all, plus 0.3 times your lab average there, plus 0.1 times your lab presentation, plus, participation is 0.2, that counts for a lot. 0.2, more than I thought, times this, and by the way, that's an error there. So let me change that. Okay, so there it is. What's the problem here? It's this thing right here. I'm just going to put in some phony numbers here. Let's say I got a 90.9. Let's make sure this thing works. 0.9. Let's say I did great on my labs. I got 90 on all my labs. Let's say I didn't do so. I got 0.85 on my labs. Whoops. The lab average is incorrect right now. Hit escape. The lab average, yikes, that's really weird, should be equals lab average is these guys. I think I have an error someplace in here. Anyway, you can see this is starting to turn into a number. I'm not giving you detailed instructions here because I think at this point I do expect you to be able to figure it out. Let me just change some font colors. I like the font colors to be different. Final average, quiz average, lab average. Make this not a font color, it's some other kind of color, just so they pop out and you know what you're doing. And participation, I'll make that green. And let's see if I've done this right. Oh no. 0.3 times lab average. 0.3 times lab average plus 0.1 times lab presentation plus 0.2. I don't know if I'm doing this right because I'm doing it really quickly for the video. Something like that. Oh, that's because I did really badly here. Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm actually going to record this as a 90% for participation. Quiz average, lab average. Oh, lab presentation. Let's say I got a 90 on the lab presentation. I'm up to an 85. Okay, and just leave a note for yourself what this is. This is my final average. There it is. Okay, do something like that and you've got it. You could format this so many ways. I did this in a row. You could do this in columns, whichever way works for you. Hope that works. If it doesn't, ask. If you want me or your lab instructor to check out yours, just ask. We'll look at it and we'll help you fix it up right. Okay, hope that helped. Bye-bye.